Listen, every single ice cream. Let's do it again.
But it's very, very exciting to always, come sit together, especially today,
Oh yeah.
to talk about something as important and as exciting
Yes.
the Hella Good podcast.
It sounds great. And this is a long time coming.
So
Y'all,
long. Yeah.
This is a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
to get
And
to
I know
this
y'all know
point.
that. Yeah. There's been a lot of people like, okay, but when? You guys are talking about this
You
thing.
keep dropping.
When is it going to
You're
happen?
teasing us at this point. When are you
We're not teasing. We like to be very, she said speak for herself.
No, she said she's. Is she speaking? Okay.
Is she speaking for
Okay.
herself?
Okay.
We'll see. You'll get to know us more and more as the time comes.
I saw SK on Threads on Friday post her little video. I said, "Is she?"
We're going to talk about Threads because I feel like Threads is a new world that's a lot like an old world.
It's the best.
A world that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
A world before the Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Before pictures and video being king.
But before we knew who Zuck or Elon were.
Right. Because what is Zuck?
Literally. We knew about Tom. He was nice. He had a nice white shirt.
That's it.
He kept it clean.
He just looked over his little computer like
he
this.
was focused on work.
Was
he wasn't in the world
that
doing all these other things that we didn't need to know about.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time I come from.
There you go.
Threads is definitely.
I'm also from that time, kind of. Trying to throw.
Kind of.
You call it. I was there for MySpace.
Okay.
And I was there for Black Planet.
Okay.
The OGs know.
The OGs know. Well, since this is a queer podcast, I want to know if you was there for Downlink.
First of all, who? Okay, because who? That controversy, whether it's Downlink or DownyLink.
I just want us to. It was Downlink.
It was always Downlink.
Because what?
I used to be a little thought in the little DMs.
You did?
Yes, I was terrible. Sorry to anybody I talked to in Downlink.
Oh.
It was atrocious. It was terrible.
I was the worst because back then I cared a lot about like writing and stuff, so I would always be so extra on my profiles. It didn't really prompt any wholeness. It really prompted deep relationships, and I wish, I think I was on Downlink for a minute, maybe 1 day, 2 day relationship.
Listen, I was
1 dub, 2 dub,
ASL, everything. What's ASL?
Don't do me.
Okay, cause dude, get it out, SK.
Don't do me like
ASL. I'm gonna ASL everybody.
Every single time.
And
depending on the chat room. Okay, we're not gonna go that far.
We don't
even need to go that far back. But yes, feeling a lot more like myself on Threads.
Listen,
feeling a lot more like myself in general.
I love it.
Right? Like that is also something we should be talking about. Is like feeling just authentic in general. Feeling like this is why this has come together more than anything. It's like feeling like you're pointed in the right direction, that you can authentically be yourself, say what you think, mean what you say.
Absolutely.
Like all of those things are kind of the journey that I'm on right now. And I think that this just was perfect for that. And then Threads showed up.
It's like divine timing. And you know how I feel about divine timing.
I do.
Because whenever things fall in place so amazingly, I'm like, this ain't a coincidence.
And not just a line, right? Not just aligned like this and then this and then this. But at the end of every this is that piece. Like they fit perfect.
Yeah.
That's what this shit is feeling like.
Yeah. I feel like it came right at the perfect time where people, I think, were kind of starting to get, I don't know, not bored of the options, but it was like they don't want to perform for Instagram.
Yeah.
Twitter was falling by the wayside because, once the conservatives get a hold of anything, it's no longer fun.
They're going to ruin it. Yeah. They're not fun.
It's not. Okay. All of a sudden, it's like, what do you mean I viewed my limit for the day?
It's just extreme.
That doesn't even make sense.
And I really fell off of Twitter early. Like, after year 2 or 3, I was like, okay. But then there was also, Instagram started to come up, and I think I started to choose where I wanted to be.
And put your time toward.
If I think hard enough about it, though, it also aligns with like my career and how I was much more okay being seen and my actual like authentic opinions maybe not being so out there. So Twitter at the time was like, let me get my gay ass crude, crass, fucking off the top of the.
You know, unfiltered.
Let me get out of it. Let me just pull it back.
Yeah.
So that these
I think we all went to that, or at least if you haven't gotten there yet, everybody goes through that phase where it's like here I am.
Yeah.
Right. You're like fresh. You're like, oh my God, what can I do? Like,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you either end up in this crazy working environment where like now all of a sudden people are looking you up on like fucking what is that shit called? LinkedIn and like all the different things. They're searching your name.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I found this.
And the wrong person wants, they're gonna keep searching.
They're gonna double down and triple down. So now you're trying to hide in mass versions of yourself so you don't appear to be who you are.
Yeah.
And we're just like, what's the problem with that?
Yeah. There's a million. We know what the problems are. We can count them up. And the problem is like it just has become so naturalized for Black and brown people to like perform in a certain way or be performative to get the job.
Absolutely.
And I think for some reason people feel like once you get the job, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, that was a lot of performing, but now I've got it, so I can be my true self. But bitch, the answer is no.
It's a nonstop
the answer is, oh, that's who you were. Now I want you to be more like this. Now that you've set this standard of where you can start, I expect it to keep going in this direction.
Double down in the way that you don't want to.
In the exact opposite of the way that I want to.
I hate it.
I hate it for us. I hate it for so many of us. And it doesn't just necessarily stop, at people who work for the man or like work 9 to 5. Yeah. Like, I'm an entrepreneur and I still find myself all the time in spaces trying to perform. So I think this really allowed us an opportunity to like take a step back. Yeah. Take a step. What are we doing? Yeah. Who are we?
Right.
We are hella good company.
Listen, that's that's the official title of what we got going on.
That is it. Yeah, we're hella good company, and we are hella good company. We have a good time together
all the time.
We bring a good time together, and I think that the podcast being the first kind of offering for our collective allows you guys to get to know us a little bit more. Absolutely. Get to know what we're doing, how we're doing.
If people haven't had a chance to check out like our personal Instagrams, or the Hella Good Pod Instagram, we had a time. We went out with the wives.
Yeah.
This past weekend.
Yeah.
Right? Was this past weekend? It was like forever ago now. But
maybe
it was a week ago.
It was?
It was a week ago on Sunday. It sure was.
It was a week ago.
Oh, wait, no. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. You're right. 4th of July happened.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And we had sitters, and we went out with the wives and indulged.
No, we had a time.
We had
so much of a time that when it was time for me to put the reel together or like look back at the event, I didn't have any of the content that I
and that's what I love. I love that.
And that's not, if y'all don't know, if you guys do not follow our personals, my wife is, this is what she does.
She puts them real quick together.
So when she walks in the building, she's like, I need to do that. She's very particular, but we really first off, just the thought that I was going to be meeting up with my brewski was already niggas' turn. So we were
hyped the whole week.
Yeah. I was at work so excited. I'm so excited to go out. I feel like a teenager. I feel like I had just turned 21. Yeah. And it was just going to take me to my first strip club. I thought like my life I thought it was like, but it wasn't. We were just going to go kick it. And we happened to just find a line with one of the most amazing events that LA could have hosted for that weekend. It was. Yeah. We were not focused on the aesthetics. Like we were in a moment.
Absolutely.
We were in an experience, enjoying every single moment of it. It was lit. It was a good time.
Absolutely. I mean, really, it was a cultivation of just all of the beautiful Black, queer music. I don't even know.
Best parts of it.
And everybody, the vibe was just immaculate.
The best parts
and that's so hard to like. You can't fake vibe.
No,
you can't. It's either there or it's not.
You can try to.
You can, and then it flops every time though, because everybody feels the disingenuousness.
Yes, but the energy was on. Yeah, the music. So like the scheme was on. The theme was on. Everything. And then the vibes were just on. So
everything was on there.
When I experience events like that, it reminds me consistently of why we're doing what we're doing.
Absolutely.
What kind of experiences we're trying to bring to the queer community.
Yeah.
What types of events cultivate experiences. It's less about event production, which is just kind of what we do.
Right.
But it's more about what do we take home after this? How do we feel about our community?
I was really going to say,
how inspired are we? We left that event like inspired.
Listen, also, the event got extended an hour, and I feel like we were down to the final second in that elevator taking that video with everybody. Listen.
Every millisecond was necessary. We were just,
give me all of it. Give me all of it.
We were.
All of it. Were you just drinking soup?
I wasn't drinking soup, but
you're sipping it?
Yeah.
I was eating it up. ASMR.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was fire.
So we look forward to, I think that it also just sets the tone that we need those spaces.
Oh, need.
that they are necessary. And I don't mean just like for us to have a good time, like for my spirit, like for my kids to have good mamas when we get back home. Like I just need y'all to, I need to get away from y'all for a minute. And I need the time that I'm away from y'all to be so worth it.
Exactly. And give you like that energy boost.
Yeah.
Also just being able to be in community. Like we need that so bad. People don't talk about it enough. I feel like with social media, everybody focuses on being so isolated and like in a little silo. And it's like, no. We can vibe and generate off each other. Like when you are in the room full of like-minded and just like genuinely good individuals that give off that energy that you're like, oh, like let's eat it up. Let's eat it up.
Everybody's sole goal is to have a good fucking time.
That's it. No drama.
That's it. It's hard to do, but when you find it, and it was definitely curated. And I think that that's what matters. So I think that more than anything, we look forward to working together and like doing those sorts of things more and more in the future, because that's what Hella Good is all about. It is a lifestyle brand. It is a cultural shift initiative is often what I say. Is like our goal is to shake shit up. Our goal is to be voices, to be ears even. We'll be doing interviews. Like our goal is to just like really open up a space that allows for you to have better representation of Black and queer relationships.
Absolutely.
We're more than, U-hauling.
Yeah. And talking about if studs can date studs. Right. Or if a stud is a stud. Or
literally, we're more than general.
Listen, we're more than just the typical narrative that's pushed in every media outlet.
100%.
Everything.
Multifaceted. Multidimensional. Like we just have so much more going on. And a lot of us are living the lives of our dreams. Like I think that needs a little bit more representation.
Absolutely. And it's more than just like the brat having a baby. Everyone's like, what? The brat have a baby? Yeah. People have done it.
Yeah.
Before her.
She wasn't the
We're
first.
people.
Yeah.
Like we're and we've made it happen.
Multiple times. Multiple.
Listen. Like
each of us. And we might be smiling, but really we have too many kids.
Okay, between us we got 5.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
It's too many, is what we're saying. It shouldn't feel like an anomaly. It shouldn't feel like, oh my God, this novelty act that's going on. Like, we should all be in community with one another. We should be able to have these sorts of images around us all the time without it being this like,
Google it. How 2 women have a baby?
Yeah, it's really weird.
A different episode.
It's really weird. Yeah, people are still in our comments.
How y'all did that?
Where did they?
How come they look like you?
That's how did y'all make a baby look like you? Could you imagine? These are the real questions that we get in our real boxes. It's the wild time. It's a wild time. The beefy segment of our show is going to be called the good. It's not going to be called. It is the good news. Okay, and it's hella good. And it's when we talk about some of the most important things that are going on around us, the things that affect us, our families, our lives. And if you are awake,
right. If you have a pulse,
and you live in America, you might know what the people are trying to do, and all of or what they're trying to keep us from being able to do.
There you go. Talk about it.
This strange obsession with controlling everyone that is not white male is so old. Like
it's exhausting at this point. Haven't we done this before?
Yeah, no, we consistently do it.
And how does it work out for us?
Like it doesn't every single time.
But they're gonna double down on it every time.
The problem is it is working out. It's just not working out for us.
Fuck Clarence Thomas. Oh, yo, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
That's my response to everything. Fuck Clarence Thomas. That is some funny shit.
Because it's like
because like, why do you hate yourself?
Every single time he has the option to do something that will help,
he chooses to do the other. He goes out of his way. He says, how can I make this harder on everybody?
Affirmative action helped me?
How can I make...
I wanted to help no one else.
He really... Maybe somebody convinced him that that's not why he got there.
Oh, really?
But we all know, especially as old as you are. You literally... When these justices be ancient, like dust, okay, you're telling me you lived through the actual times. But just like so many other elitist Black people, there is this idea that like, because I was able to do it, why weren't y'all? We're not going to talk about all of the differences in your life and all of the ways you were set up, and how that was an anomaly.
Okay,
for all that already was. We're not going to talk about that. But for some reason, they really get stuck in their minds that like,
if I can do it, everyone can do it.
Yeah.
And it's literally not true.
Just not.
History has just proved over and over again that it's not true.
Once I start to see established, amazing, educated, all of the things still get killed by the police, what you're telling me is that it really don't matter.
It doesn't at all.
Is that it really don't matter. Yeah. And you should be out here living your best life.
Act like them. Because at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like, I've made it to this point. I didn't get any help. And it's like, okay, let's break that down. Yeah. Did you grow up in a great area? Yeah. Because your parents just so happen to be from other working parents that maybe were able to scrape a little something on the side, put you in a better area. Right. And because of that, now 2 generations later, you don't have to worry about where you live.
Exactly.
Your kids don't have to worry about where they live now.
Exactly right.
Listen, it's like, I look at it this way. It's like it's like we start here and all the decisions that are made, we can either go right here. Yeah. Or we can go over here. And that's the difference between whether or not you have life a little easier or you have life a little harder. Literally. And it's like,
and a lot of the decisions are literally out of your control. That's the shit part that is always bothering me, is that it's like little whoever born where he's born, it is out of their control that they are born there. Yeah. It is out of their control that the school that they go to
is in the district that
is in this district. Yeah. Even though it is in somebody's full-on fucking control.
I was gonna say, when it got redlined about 50 years ago.
This is what I'm saying. So we're not a political podcast. No. I will say that. We're not here to get too into the details.
Of course not.
What we do know is that these things affect us greatly. When Roe versus Wade was overturned, I think I was like, this is the start of so much. And I think people get so tunnel vision. And these are the things that divide Black people, because there's this idea, queer stuff and religious stuff, right?
That's always
immediately divides Black people when you don't even realize, yes, this person started his campaign talking about fags. But the item right underneath that is talking about you. It's talking about what school your kid can go to. It's talking about what you're allowed to do, who can tote guns in your area. That you, like, it's talking about how you can't vote. Yeah. It's talking about all of these other things, but all you see is drag queens. You like,
that's the problem.
We need to get them drag queens from around our babies. The gays who took over our shit.
Meanwhile, and it's like, you got an Army recruiter office in every corner, a Marine recruiting office in every corner.
That's what they will let happen.
I'm about to say, them rubbing up like McDonald's.
That's what they will let happen. That's what people don't even realize in that affirmative action. Yeah.
Except for the Army.
The only thing that we can continue to push based on race is if y'all's kids can die for this.
Put them in the front line.
Yeah. That's what we can definitely. That's totally.
Then
fine.
all of a sudden you can go to college for free.
Totally.
If you make it through this 4 years.
Absolutely. Well, we know that Black and brown people have been dying for this country way more.
Okay.
Since the dawn of time.
Okay.
It's just
Talk about it. Like SK said, we're not a political podcast by any means, but we're educated and we're well versed. So we're going to talk about some stuff that's impacting our lives. Whether or not the Roe v. Wade being overturned has any direct impact to us going out and getting an abortion, because clearly neither one of us are in those spaces right now. It does impact maybe people we love, our family members, just in general, people that we care about not being able to have access to their own like healthcare and choices. Like, it's like there's so much more to it than that. And then you got affirmative action, which, I mean, I can't name any Black and brown people that have not benefited from a college education at this point. Yes, them student loans kicking our ass.
They're kicking our asses.
But we able to get into a lot of doors that we wouldn't otherwise be able to do.
I think we sleep on how, like, it also helps white women. Yeah. It helps. Like, and I think that when we hear these terms and we so specifically kind of focus them on Black and brown people, it feels so easy to write off. It's so simple. It's like, white women, y'all voting against abortions? I think that we have to start to consider the best ways for us to be in community on our own. Absolutely. The best ways to benefit our children. Yeah. You know, they still let them get shot in school. So there's so many things every single day. Like as I said, like, that directly affect us. When I see policies like that go into place, all I can think is like adopting my kids. Yep. How, like, maybe they're not talking about gay shit right now, but like,
it's
we're
coming.
Gonna blink.
It's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna blink. If you can take away women's rights, that was only the start. Yeah. And I think it's just gonna all trickle from there. And so, like,
we can't get websites. We can't get gay websites made. So
no, exactly right.
I mean, that's just a start.
Could you imagine? And I read somewhere that sis didn't even get approached.
She made it up
to make a website.
She made up the client. They argued it in court and said, this person doesn't even exist. She's like, but he could exist. And the guy that she used in her, like, briefing, she was like, I think his name was like Mark or something. He was a straight man with kids in San Francisco who was a web designer. Sir, ma'am, whoever you are, why on earth are you lying to these people?
I hate people.
You going out your way to be wrong.
I hate people, and got right. And got right.
I hate it. It's so annoying.
I think the hardest part is like, for me, these sorts of spaces are necessary because motherfuckers really expect you to go just show up to work.
Yeah.
They really just expect you to be like, I mean, yes, somebody was brutalized by 100 bullets in the street yesterday, but these invoices are due.
And today. Let's live in the now.
Get right back to what's happening. Yeah. And then are like, why is Lindsay mean?
Or they're like, they send like a newsletter and they're like, hey, here's current events. This is so sad. But
like, right.
Pizza party.
Pizza party.
Listen, how do we live parallel lives? I know people are gonna watch this and be like, yes.
No, for real. Because it's not just us. We can't be alone.
No.
We can't be alone.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. We're in the intersection. So imagine if we were just women.
Yeah.
Okay, damn, my rights got taken. That fucking sucks.
Right.
Okay. Oh, but then we're a little silver lining. I'm gay. I don't really need an abortion like that.
Right.
But I'm gay though. So if you take that right, you're probably also taking this, and this.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, Juneteenth just became a.
Oh, but not really.
It's just like at every important intersection in my life, you are either snatching something away from me because of those identities.
Right. Which you can't.
I can't pull any of them back.
I was about to say, I
can't pull any of them back.
It don't come off.
I can maybe.
It don't come off.
Choose one day to wake up and be like, today's the day I stop it. Yeah, straight that wrist.
For me,
unbreak that wrist. Loose those chains.
Unravel me.
Yeah, I could maybe do that and then just be mentally shit.
Yeah, no, or not here.
Yeah,
soon, because we all been there, right? It's not good for the mental health.
It's just not good.
It's not good for the mental health.
Soon. It's not worth it.
No.
So I just am like, what do we do? And trying to find those moments of pride or like trying to build that community, I think is what brought us here.
Yeah.
Okay. Thread versus spill, go.
Okay. Here we go. Threads, amazing to me. I feel like.
Can we just start really quick?
Yes.
The app is called
Threads.
Why Black people say thread?
Because you know how we do JCPenney's?
Yeah.
This is what we're gonna add. You're either gonna take away the end or add an end that don't supposed to be there.
It's only been alive a week. How have we already dropped the S off of it? I said thread or spill.
Because I feel like threads, it sound like there's more than one. And I agree. But I'm talking about my thread.
I agree.
So we threading, sewing, whatever.
Stitching, sewing.
Thread is everything spill could have been if they stayed authentic to what they were trying to do initially and didn't double down on it not being for Black folks.
That's why.
Okay.
That's
100% why. Because you know who the first people were popping on the threads? Who was the first population popping on threads?
The same first population that was popping on.
Okay.
Always.
My point.
We are always.
Spill could have been.
Here's the thing. Here's what's happening for me. When I looked at the platform side by side with my thing, which is my wife, in case anybody cares. And she hates social. So she's like, they look the same. And I'm like, they don't. Stop it, please. This is giving spill. Is giving Tumblr. Tumblr mixed with
right.
Twitter.
There you go. That's what I was on.
Tumblr means I think it encourages lots of meme action. Right. It encourages lots of like bold graphics.
Gifts,
like it's more about
I
think it's definitely giving Tumblr.
Yeah.
You said it. What you what?
I miss.
Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Okay. I miss Tumblr.
You
if there was ever something to pop back up that made Tumblr pop in, I'll be there. I'll be the first one in line.
Why would they sell it to Yahoo? That's what did it.
And then they took the titties down. Why would you do that?
Once Yahoo said no, I said okay. Well,
we can't do this.
What are we here for?
What are we looking at?
What are we here for? This is a safe space for me. And now,
right.
What am I supposed to do now?
I remember scrolling on Tumblr like 2016, 2015 maybe, and I was just like, this is not safe for work.
No, not suitable for work anymore.
Ass, titties, balls.
All of it. It was best for me. And
2 swipes.
Shout out to my best friend Comfort. She lives in Houston now. When we were younger, I would literally just like send her the porn gifts daily. She's straight. Just trip to your phone.
Here you go.
Straight
Good
to
morning.
your phone. Good morning. Trip.
Sent.
Good morning. Just
did you see that one? I said?
Violent, something horrible. Yeah, just constant. She'd just be like, "Good morning."
Right. Can we just?
She's like, this isn't doing this for me. I'm like,
have my breakfast.
Sharing what I was
right. Hey, I saw this.
Just sharing what I was. Yeah, it was a highlight.
Yeah.
get real quick inspired, write a poem about something, put it up there real quick. You didn't care.
No.
People were following you because they like what you were putting out.
I miss it.
But Spill is kind of on crack. And I think that if I had Tumblr on my phone like that, I don't know if I would have used it.
It's too much.
Tumblr really benefited me after this hour at this hour. Like, let me get on there. Let me see. Let me put these things together.
Exactly. And it was a whole vibe in the mood. I feel like Spill, I think the one thing it's missing too is like an audio moment. You know how you'd be on somebody's Tumblr and just be like, they have the song on there. Mine still has a song. I'm pretty sure it's Wiz Khalifa Hopes and Dreams. Wow. First of all, that was my little anthem. Anyways, and Big Sean Love Story.
Oh, interesting. I love that song. I liked when Big Sean first came out.
Me too.
Ass was my song.
That was everybody. That was an anthem. That was a moment.
It was my song. I mean, when that came on in the club, it was like, okay, somebody get out of my way. Yeah.
You got any way why?
So then Threads. How do you feel about Threads? Tell me.
Threads to me, I feel like, is everything that Twitter lost. I love the no DM.
Black people. Because that's where Twitter really dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Like I said, I disappeared because I was trying to be palatable for white people. And then, so I kind of fell off of Twitter. Yeah. But then I think it sort of became like this, like Black Twitter took it over and made it so popular and made it so poppin'.
Yeah.
And then this sale was like, no.
Yeah. But I think also Twitter just tried to like bring in too much. It tried to make it like it was trying to be Clubhouse. It was trying to be Instagram with stories. It was trying to be too much. And it's like every app was trying to do that. Facebook, I think what works for Facebook is that they're like, we'll just make a new app. We're not gonna they added certain things to Instagram. Yeah. But if there was time to make a new app, they're just gonna make a new app or whatever. Yeah. So they made a new one. They're like, yeah, we're gonna just make Instagram, Twitter. And it's like, yes, because there's no DMs. So
the best part. You shoot your shot. Shoot it out here.
Let everybody see.
Let the people see.
Let everybody
I like that. Ain't no secret.
Full visibility.
Yeah.
You can't edit nothing. Nope. So it's like whatever you sent is sent, and it's captured in time forever.
Yeah. You about to take it down and delete.
It's never taken down. Never. You saw them terms and conditions? They got us by the chokehold. They said
delete it if you want.
I'm about to say we're gonna pull it up if we need to.
Delete it if you want.
If we get subpoena, we're gonna show them.
So don't do too much.
Right.
Don't put your titties on there thinking, keep it light.
Your employee can look that up.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully they won't. Mind your business.
They never mind their business. They always mind
for a world for people to just be.
And that's what Threads is, though. That's what it feels now.
It feels like right now.
Yeah.
But I'm watching people try to transition their businesses. Like,
no,
I don't want my business to have anything to do with it.
No, I be putting the most random questions. Like, I'm used to thinking about stuff. I feel like, I don't know, it's unlocked a part of my brain, Threads,
literally,
that I wasn't tapping into on the other socials.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
I haven't needed to.
I'm like, if your phone is on shuffle or your music's on shuffle, what's a song that would pop up that would surprise people? Like, they're like you're
such a good question.
I put it on there. People have all types of stuff. I haven't even like really looked at it yet. But I'm like, mine will probably be okay.
Give me something good. Don't give me no bullshit now.
Okay. We're getting in there. Okay. It's probably a toss up. No. It's probably a toss up between All American Rejects.
Okay.
Move Along. Okay. Or Red Light. I forget who the artist is. It's a country song though. It's like at a red light. Okay. Anyways, but that would be like, what is this? I'll be hitting that one skip real quick.
When people be in the car.
Or Christmas carols.
You be hitting it when people be in the car.
I love Christmas.
You skip it.
I would skip it. Who gonna bang with that?
People. Sometimes I don't be giving a fuck. Let me tell you something. My when I get in the car and they hit the aux, that shit go in alphabetical order. Most embarrassing shit.
You don't get on shuffle?
That shit immediately goes
into
Alexander Hamilton. Okay, starts the car. Everyone's in the car like something's happening.
Listen,
it's like dun 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 dun.
No, ma'am. I'm starting a petition. That should be illegal.
Ooh, what do you mean? It starts at 8. Aaron Burr, sir.
No.
It does. I'm not even going to hold you. It really does. And it shocks everybody every single time. Yeah. So
that's hilarious.
If there was anything on mine, it'd probably be musicals for sure. That would terrify people.
Because I saw that on Threads too. What's something you can't do, like can't watch? And for me, somebody said musicals. And for me, I'm like, yes, I cannot do musicals. I'm going to sit and watch you sing through a whole... I can't even take it serious. I'm just gonna see you sing a whole where you're just gonna sing.
Oh, because yes. Because mainly because imagine the talent. I could have wrote this out. This could have been a speech, but instead I made that shit rhyme. I put it to a whole fucking orchestra. Are you kidding me? Quality, especially when black folks do it.
Okay.
You ain't seen a Wiz?
I could hardly get through the Wiz, and my eye just twitched when I said that.
I saw
because
you didn't go see Dreamgirls opening night. Tell me the truth.
No, I saw that shit when it was on TV with commercials, so I could take a break because it was too much. It was too much. Listen, if I'm seeing you acting and stuff, all of a sudden you break character and you're singing, you're swinging on a pole. I am losing it. You've lost my interest. I'm on Threads now. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Because a bitch like me is like this.
No, couldn't. Like, I could never go see like a Broadway musical.
Yeah, when I go to New York, it's the only thing that's important to me.
Last one I saw was when I went on a school trip. I think it was Stomp.
School trip.
I think it was
Stomp.
That's it. That's all it was.
Let me tell you, we took Cameron to go see Shrek the Musical live.
No, there's not Shrek the Musical.
Don't play with me.
Are we running out of things? What the fuck?
It's quality. It's such quality.
An ogre in a swamp. That's the best we got right now.
The show is beautiful. The backdrop,
I would love to see the costumes.
So good. The singing, ooh,
oh my gosh,
ooh,
no.
So,
so I know we'll never do that. You're never gonna bring me to do it. I'm not going.
It's good to know. It's good to know, so I don't embarrass myself.
Yeah, don't.
I know what you like. I know what kind of friends you got. You friends like that, but you know what I'm saying. We gotta go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, you with your nails, you're like,
this nigga so. Dude, also palatability.
Listen,
let me tell you. No, I'm never gonna go play basketball with you. It's never gonna happen.
It's okay. We have our things.
We
come together when we need to.
And it's never gonna happen
because the fact that you got musicals on your phone actively,
soundtracks, and I don't mean one. And I mean, if I miss a word, I'd be shocked. Yeah, sorry, it just won't happen. Rent, start to finish. Dreamgirls? Are you kidding me? Another amazing segment that we are looking forward to is called Top Tier Queer. And it's essentially when we shout out someone that we think either recently or in general is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's also Black and it's also queer and it's typically a woman. And this week, the only person that matters.
Okay.
The only queer woman that is getting any attention from any of us right now.
Say with us now.
Is gonna have to be Keke Palmer.
Okay, Keke get a bag, Palmer.
Keke get a bag. Keke keep a bag.
Okay. Cause she do. And she stay doing it.
This is the perfect example right here of how niggas will sleep on Keke. Because she did exactly what I needed her to do, what I expected her to do.
Exactly.
Be the person I expected her to be. Authentic. Let me just start there, okay? If anybody is a queer icon for solely just being true to yourself, for just being who you are, never changing up, never switching up,
that's it.
Always being yourself, growing as you know, it is Keke. Yeah, really this generation's icon, a legend from this.
We've seen her from Akilah and the Bee, True Jackson VP, to just regular Keke now, owning and Key TV and everything that she's doing with her own just brain. This is so authentically her that she will make nothing. She'll make everything out of nothing. And not a lot of people can do that, no matter how long you've been in the industry. And not everyone can stay current. But guess what?
Correct.
Keke gonna do it every time.
Every single time. She really grew up with us and showed us how to pivot.
Yeah.
Like, if this isn't working, I'm just gonna do this.
That's it.
I think she started wanting to do music. If that ain't it, it's over here then.
I think a lot of Black women too can also just identify with her as being like a hustler because you have to be. In this day and age, if you don't got 2, 3, 4 options to get a bag, you're not doing enough.
You're not doing enough.
You're not doing enough. It's too close to zero. One is too close to zero. So Keke she gonna go ahead and get her multiple streams going.
So when one drop, it's okay. And the other thing is, like, she's been so positive for so long. We have never needed to. Anytime I've ever heard anybody talk shit about Keke Palmer, it's because, like, I don't like her voice. or I don't like her. You know, it's like nothing real.
Right.
There's nothing tangible.
Right.
Meaty about
personal
it's some bullshit that you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so you just a hater. That's
Right.
cool.
I was like, can you sing like a Kiki?
Nobody
Sing it
minds.
right
Yeah,
now.
nobody
You must be able to
minds that you're a hater. Do you? But there's nothing
Okay.
real about Kiki
Right.
that anybody can say that they hate. And even the fact that for 30 years, this is the first person that she has ever publicly really linked herself to.
Right.
And you gonna choose to get on Beyonce's internet and shame our good sis?
On Kiki's Wi-Fi?
I'm confused.
Because you know she's paying that bill.
What?
You sat at her house.
Sir, you're a writer.
Oh.
We know you're not being paid right now.
Listen.
that's what's happening.
I literally told Asia, that's my wife, if y'all don't know. I was like, I just know Kiki got off wherever she was at, and she saw that tweet, and she immediately called her house manager and said, get that man out my house. I just know. She said, make sure Leota's good.
Yeah. Well, Leotis was in the camper anyway. He was on set with her anyway, with her mama. So we wasn't worried about where Leotis was at.
Listen.
What she wanted him to know was that at the gate, if you exit, ain't no reentry. This is the club at this point. Ain't no reentry.
Make sure you get his fob. He not coming back in here.
Do you think we missed the signs? Or are
think-
we just being the public and being messy and nosy, and Kiki knew this was her man all this time?
I think Kiki knew who her man was because a lot of his tweets surfaced, and apparently he has very conservative views. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know what? I'm like, I think maybe she was thinking it's in the past and she can move past it. And I think us as the public, anytime Kiki is into something or seems like she's involved, we're like, we want the best for her. We don't want to poke holes in whatever.
No, we've been
want
with
her
you too long.
Yeah, we love this for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, since she's been pregnant and she had the baby, this like metamorphosis of like her just, I don't know what it is, but she's coming into her womanhood and everyone is here for it because that's not little Kiki Palmer no more.
No.
That is a woman.
And the problem probably before that is that people still saw her like little Kiki Palmer.
Yeah.
She was already trying on her own to make that big transition happen, and her journey just took her to motherhood. But like, she was already saying, I'm actually done doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing this. Key TV,
There
like
you go.
producing her own stuff, having say, creative direction, like funding, investing in herself and in Black artists and creatives. Like, you were already re-emerging for yourself, and then this motherhood really sent you.
It was like
It gives you a whole, and for somebody who has done it, we know what kind of purpose comes when you give kids. It'll be like, get your shit together, bitch. And you think you was doing all right already?
No.
Not anymore.
Y'all been on
You
different
officially
levels.
go.
Exactly.
You need to be doing so much more. So for her really to be like, okay, it's time for me to be the big boss, to hire new stylists.
There you go.
To partner with people who are going to promote me as this person that I like. She was already doing the work. And then this baby really was like,
boom, that was it.
That's what I need.
And listen, I feel like for her too, she is, and I love this for her, owning her own image.
100%.
She's like, I'm gonna be a modern mom.
Yeah.
She's what millennials are right now.
100%. She is the because
okay,
face card
always valid.
It can't.
Don't decline.
It doesn't.
Okay.
And I think that you're right. She is the representation that we didn't even realize we needed.
Exactly.
All we had was a model of what we did not want to be.
No.
We were seeing these moms like, oh, okay, not for me.
No.
Not for me.
They
Picking and choosing these bits and pieces of like making it up. But then we look to the left and there's Key.
She's having it all. And I love that because that's how I feel.
All.
People are like, oh, you had kids, your life's over. No. This is the start of a whole new chapter.
It's just a new chapter.
That's it.
Honey, she said she did whatever she felt like she needed to do to be successful. Whether that was getting in the gym or not.
Listen,
whether that was getting the push-up bras.
Listen.
Whatever you wanted to do to make yourself feel empowered, you're empowering us.
Listen.
You're making me feel like, look at
she had her baby, I think it was like either a week or 2 weeks before we had our second baby.
See?
And so I feel like we're living our lives a lot in parallel. And there was a
we
video
was just outside.
She literally just, I can't imagine having to do like events and commercials and all these kind of things because it's like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's literally in this element where it's like, I feel like we were living parallel lives and I was like, oh wow, okay, Kiki's really doing all of these things. And she got on Instagram, like made a video, was like, shout out to single parents.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to single
parents. Saying how she was,
it was
like, I don't know
hard.
how you would ever be able to do this.
Right.
And you damn right.
And it's like, listen, she's seeing this, and you can tell that she's like actively in her motherhood, because a lot of people, let's be real, these celebrities have these babies, and then they nanny them up. They nanny them up real quick.
Nurse.
They got everything.
They
got everything.
That baby's just behind me.
Right.
We're together.
Right. Kiki's like, I got my mom watch my baby, and then between takes, I'm gonna go ahead and play with him and do whatever I can do, and have him on the things that she can.
Even making content with your baby, like you are a millennial mom. You're showing us exactly the things that we've been doing, what we're doing, that other people are like, why are you doing that? Why do you need to do that? These are our lives,
and it's such a big part of it.
This is the transition that we've made. Yeah. You know, don't get me started on millennials and technology and how like we are the reason all this shit exists and continues to
listen,
it is just our lives now, and having it all intertwined just makes sense. I think that Kiki went home and reminded Darius about how she just was on her podcast telling him that she does not like this public shit.
But I don't even think that she should have had to go home and say
goddamn
was he not listening during the podcast? Because I listened loud and clear, and her mama listened loud and clear.
Her mama was right there. I thought it was a great episode. I thought she said exactly what she needed to say.
And
what happened for Darius, the problem is that he was reactive. That was all. We're all reactive.
Are we?
Can be. We can
in
be.
Public?
Oh
no, because I thought we had some decorum.
That's all. That's where I'm at. It's like you're allowed to have a reaction. Why it needed to be public is where we got it mixed up.
But my thing is, that's the thing. He knew, yes, I'm having a reaction. Yes, I feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
But he said, F everything. Right. Everything else. I'm not fucking with you. He said, I don't care. I'm going to react outwardly, and
I'm almost doing it in spite. I'm doing it because I know
this exactly.
Because we've been together all this time.
Yeah.
When I wasn't a human that anybody knew, when we were just dating, when I was just on your roster, or we were like, I'm sure I had issues with the things you were doing back then. I'm sure the roles that you were taking, tongue kissing people, you know, you maybe had just played a pimp.
She played that. Okay, I'm not gonna do this because I watched the movie front and I said yes.
I'm ready to watch it right now. I'm ready to watch it. I'm ready. I know she was tapping into our good sis Cleo. Ooh.
Okay.
I know she was. She ate it up.
She ate it up.
It was one of the best, and she says it's one of her favorite roles that she ever played. And I said, because
it showed her range.
Brought it alive for us, Key.
Range. I was like, God,
so good.
It was good.
He definitely dropped the ball by publicly doing anything.
Yeah.
And all of this time that you guys have been together, you've never felt the need to be public.
Right.
And now that you are public, by circumstance, by baby, really, is the only reason.
I would say now it's like a tether that she's
it's really like she was like, I'm not going to hide my baby, so now I have to show that this is my boyfriend. Yeah.
Right.
But like all of this, calling her your wife, like all of these terms, all of these things that make it seem like you,
because
really theatrics.
You have to.
I think you're right. I think maybe Keith thought like, oh, those are some old ass tweets, and he's dating me, so he clearly is
okay with
getting modernized in the way of the world. Like,
what I really hope for her is that he wasn't cloud chasing and trying to get his little step into the right thing, because no,
I think when I heard Keith say it, from what I took from these interviews. She chose him.
No, she did.
He got chose.
But listen,
you didn't have a say in the option.
Well, no,
she was
everybody got a say.
That right there, I'm gonna take that, please.
Listen,
and then it worked out in his favor.
He's a man. That's Keke Palmer.
Right.
Say what you will, do what you want.
Right.
That's Keke Palmer.
Right.
And if you're a man, red-blooded male, you gonna see her and say, I want that.
Hard yes.
I want that. But
preferred.
We also all know a Google search will tell you everything.
Yeah.
If he ever was like, I know who she is, but I don't really know. Google it. And guess what's gonna show you? How she dress, what she do.
Right.
He probably Googled that net worth too. Listen, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I feel like he very much could have used the situation as at least now I'm a household name. And it's like, don't do that to my good sis.
I think so. I think he definitely saw it as an opportunity to be more mainstream.
Because why are you acting like that?
I think you
Stedman would never.
Ego. And who knows? Stedman came up in a time when wasn't no fucking Twitter.
Stedman could have learned the New York Times and said, I want to write a whole piece on what it's like living with Oprah.
You're fucking right.
Listen, he would never. You know why?
You're fucking right.
You don't fuck around and bite the hand that feeds you. Look at him now, hungry, wakeboarding in the middle of the ocean, talking about clearing my mind, something, whatever. Boy, get out of here.
Can't take it.
Get out of here.
Really a shit.
You're not the victim in this.
Really a shit of the bed.
You should have got dragged more, in my opinion.
And the thing is, you had a whole gaggle of men who support you.
Oh, wait, all the men.
There's
because he
plenty
had
of people.
boundaries. Oh, because he doesn't want his wife. Stop it right there. I saw so many things saying his wife. I said, sir,
Stop.
that is not his wife.
Stop using language like that. That's the
not his
problem with
wife.
all y'all. Want to use language and just interchange these things.
Because where's the marriage certificate?
Untrue.
Listen, she didn't follow him on social media, and I really hope for her own sake that she does some hard thinking on whether or not she wants this toxic energy to invade her.
Kiki is doing the hard thinking because Kiki has always, like that video, always been very clear about her boundaries. We've never even known her. If she ever was fucking and sucking all in the industry, nobody ever knew it. Yeah. Nobody knew that. Except for people who knew, right? Like, it is not leaking out. It is not being toxic knowledge.
Pictures.
The most thing I can think about her even out was when she was saying that at that Trey Songz event, and nobody believed her. Just nobody for a year later for him to be not shit. Kiki has always been authentic to herself.
Yeah.
Always. And like for this to be, and the way my good sis already got shirts for sale.
Okay. I'm a mother.
I aspire, Key.
Listen.
I aspire that my brand and marketing is always just
right there waiting. And you just know. She was like, yeah, let's make this a moment.
She said, what I'm not going to do is acknowledge it.
There you go.
Except for my son and a check.
There you go.
And that's it. That's all.
And that's all.
I'm not even going to say words that start with duh. Unless y'all get confused. Think I'm about to mention this nigga. It ain't happening. Nope.
It's me. And I love that for her.
I love that for her. I love that for her. And I love that for us.
Yeah.
It's the inspiration that we need.
Exactly. Because when they go low, you go get a check.
Okay.
You go get a check.
When they go low, get it back.
Okay.
That's on a shirt.
That's on a shirt. Merch is coming. Don't you worry. It's coming.
It's on the shirt.
They go low.
All right. We are hella good company.
Yes.
We're thrilled to have you guys. There's so much more to come. Yeah. We've got some guest interviews. We've got some really exciting segments, some really good topics, some feedback from you that we've gotten from social media that'll be coming in the upcoming episodes. Where can you find us?
We're everywhere. Wherever you can find your podcasts, Spotify podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. There's so many. They're going to be all linked in the description box below. And for those who are on Spotify or something listening, you're already here. Hi.
Yeah, if you are watching us on YouTube, subscribe. Don't just log in. Go on and subscribe every time so you get the notifications.
Yes.
Get on the newsletter. Get on the mailing list. Like, we've got things coming up. If you're in LA, we definitely have things coming up that we're very, very excited about. We can't wait to see you guys connect in person. But other than that, that looked like that's maybe the wrap on the first episode.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
This is great. And listen, we thank you all for joining. We thank you all for engaging. If you haven't already, leave a comment below.
Definitely.
Let us know what you want to see, what you're looking forward to, or if you have a comment on anything we talked about today.
Yeah. We want some feedback.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We want to hear it, good and bad. So leave some comments, leave some reviews, and make sure you guys follow us on our socials, all linked below.
Okay. All right, y'all. Till next time. This was hella good.
Hella good.